Good morning, everybody. I had an earlier video, I took it down. The reason I took it down is because I wanted to have all this information and be able to go through it. So basically, what's going on, and I don't want to get into it too much, your incumbents, the ones that, and I want the voters that voted for the incumbents to listen to me very clearly. What the incumbents did was screw you too. Lack of a better word, I'm just not going to go out there and try to search for intelligent words to give you today. This was a downright blindside hosing, okay, in two descriptive adjectives, okay? One, we got blindsided, and two, we got hosed, okay? The good news is Josh Killett, soon to be recalled from office, and I mean as quick as we can get the paperwork going, is going to be on a rail and out of here. What you have to decide after this election, because you're going to vote for these folks. These folks voted to do this to you. Gina St. James, licensed realtor. Let me ask you a question, Mr. St. James. You're a licensed realtor. Why didn't you disclose all this information, right? I'm just trying to figure out. I know there's one happy-go-lucky lady that voted for you, but I'm just trying to figure this out. You guys touted your accomplishments, but you didn't tout what you did. I know what Josh did. He's a no. That's a no-brainer. But Pitsy and Porter, they knew. You guys can't come over here and tell me you guys didn't know this lawsuit existed or what you didn't know was going on. I don't think so. This information is pretty nasty because it now directly impacts our ability to pay back the bonds, the debt, and everything else. Okay, and a shout out to Key Bank and UMB Bank. Okay, we're going to get into that later because I got these, and in here is information about a gentleman who used to work for AMB Bank, who is now apparently the trustee on the commercial side and a few other things, and that's good old Kenny. And we'll deal with Kenny later on. That's not for this video. You have the 5 super candidates in last minute, okay? You got Stinson, Ryder, Ringen, Vance, me, okay? Over here, you got everybody hiding under a rock and hoping to save their jobs. I want you to think about this. An employee of this district basically told people to run for the board so she and her husband could keep their jobs. Over $120,000 a year. Those are facts. Done. You can't even refute it. The same people that were, well, we'll go with that. What I want you to know is that what they're arguing right now is the court lacks jurisdiction. What they did was transfer, this is the best part. They transferred assets from one filing of the Metropolitan District to the other filing, and then left the original filing with all the debt. How's that? You think we got problems now? You can forget about the tap fees. Oh, we're gonna, if you just give me a pass on this, we'll give you all the tap fees. What tap fees? If they sell this, there are no tap fees. There is no implied obligation for the new owner to do anything. Oh, people have to come to us. That's a false misnomer. Meridian Ranch has 6,000 to 8,000 taps left available. Right? Okay, and then you're talking about the 20% of the water that's in the agreement. What's going to happen with that? Well, you'd be surprised because they're selling all of it. Okay, so I don't want anybody to come on here because it's on my website. You're all looking at it now and you're scratching your head going, why is Mr. Pace so awesome? Because I am. I know you don't like me. That's cool. I can understand why you wouldn't like me. They made you not like me, so you wouldn't vote for me. So you could have a great family life, lower bills, freedom, all these things that you were promised when you were sold on Woodman Hills, and then when you got here, the reality wasn't Woodman Hills. You bought the fantasy, and the reality is quite different, okay? This is a who's who of what they did, and they did all these things that are just, I just, wow. And they're claiming all of this is legislative, and they can't do this, and they can't, all these things that they can't do, and I'm following this because on a motion 12B, they have to talk about all these things, okay? And so they basically transferred all the assets, like the water and all that, to the other filing. And you know what they did? They left them with the debt. You know why? Question for all you intelligent people: is it easier to sell 6,000 acres with $4 million worth of debt or with zero debt and encumbrances? Look up the word encumbrances. Now you know what I know. Okay? Folks, this sells itself. Woodman Hills Metropolitan District Board can't sit here and say they didn't know about this. Okay? And if our lawyers didn't, then we got a problem with our lawyers. Okay? And that's a big problem for everybody. Okay? And I'm not really sure what it is. Hold on a second. Let me do this real quick. Oh, it's called ineffective counsel. Okay? And it's happened in other districts. And I'm telling you now, whatever happened, so what? They made it look like we're going to get more money in the end. In the end, we may not get any money. And guess what we still have to build? Right? You could have had a V8. Still got to build a lift station. So how's all that expansion going for Woodman Hills now? Because we're going to have to pay to expand it. Nobody else. All on our backs. What do you think this is going to do to our bill? Oh yeah, by the way, that all that money that we're supposed to be getting now, instead of the $2 or $3 million, and they made it sound like we're going to get all this other money. If they sell that ranch, or they sell Four-Way Ranch, that's right, it's a ranch, and everything else, do you think those other people are going to be obligated to give us all that money? No, they don't have to. You know why? They didn't sign the documents and they didn't enter into those agreements. And that's why the encumbrances will go away. Anybody else want to question Mr. Pace's intelligence? Knock yourself out. Go ahead and print up some fancy flyer calling me everything but a saint. These are king. Talk is cheap. And this board should be investigated for what they just did to us. Oh, to that lady that's living in her dream home. You better hope it doesn't turn into a nightmare after what happened, because if what I'm reading is correct, the bills are going up. My name's Mr. Pace. Get a chance to vote today, I suggest you do it. This is why we need new people. We need truth, trust, and transparency, and we need the Trumpers to come in here and fix the problem, because they're not going to fix anything, because as stated by their special consultant, everything's just fine. Well, let me ask you a question now. How just fine is it?